Do not hold disdain for my attractive physique. Perhaps if you groomed yourself more eloquently, you will not find yourself a bachelor still. Even more so, perhaps the young lady you court will return your correspondence when she tires of the surgeon or magistrate she fancies. Saddle goose. Greetings.
My word.
This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, Jaydapper, and this is my co-host,
Jameson Reynolds.
James. I call him James. Other people call him Jameson Reynolds the Third. Do you like how this entire
weird.
podcast we're making fun of British people because of one offhand joke I made in the last episode?
Yes, it's very just very
Yeah, it's very original, very unique.
British people.
British people.
Very, very American people.
What do you
It's
think of
just
my new suit?
Whatever. Your new suit. I love your new suit. I love how form-fitting it is. You're like a real Henry Cavill in Sherlock Holmes.
I know, right? Except
where his suit looks too small.
When I put on the suit, my arms were a little bit too large, so I had to I had to rip off the sleeves. And now
exactly, like I was saying,
now it's just the torsos left.
Exactly, like Henry Cavill when he played Sherlock Holmes, his arms looked too big in that suit jacket, and I was just thinking, man, they should just really take it off. It just doesn't belong.
Rightfully so. Anyway, James, a lot of things have happened this week.
I mean, your accent got a little weird there.
Well, it's because I'm not British, James.
I'm not
Do
British.
you want to hear my most American accent I can do?
I'm not British, James. I'm just Ringo.
Excuse me, sir. Can I have your credit card?
Whoa.
How was that, James?
Hello, sir.
Was that good?
I'd like one hot dog.
Was that your American accent?
Yes, was it rather nice and neat and very fitting?
Anyway, James, classes have started.
Anyhow,
they have started. I had to go to them yesterday or for the past week, pretty much. Whoa. Did you know there was a difference between remote classes and online classes?
I did not. Does one involve a remote for the telly?
No, that is not what the remote means. What the
does a remote mean then?
Remote. Remote is when I'm at home and the instructor, the professor's at their home, and we just Zoom call each other. And that's a class that we do.
Isn't that just online class?
No, an online class is when you don't meet your professor at all, and all the courses are just online there for you to see. You don't have to attend classes. But remote classes are different. Anyway,
oh my.
You know when it's a bad class when you enter and then the professor has a horrible connection and his microphone is terrible.
Of course. The worst of signs. But
why do you talk as if you're old? It's probably because you have that cone in your mouth, isn't it? Isn't that what they call it?
Pipe,
a cone?
My smoking pipe.
Your pipe.
My pipe.
Your pipe.
My smoking pipe that I smoke tobacco out of.
You know, James, do you feel smarter now talking British?
I feel somehow dumber.
Probably because you're smoking. Smoking makes you dumber. It's been scientifically proven.
Oh my.
Exactly, James.
Well, now you say it, mate, I'm just thinking about it and I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't smoke.
Or maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, maybe I
should. It's not exactly the best for your lungs. You ever heard of lung cancer, James?
But what?
How'd you get it from smoking?
What? Blasphemy.
What?
Strike blasphemy.
What are you, Tim Allen?
What am I, the Timus of Allens and the... No, I'm kidding. What am I, the Timus of Allens from the Homening of Improvements?
From the hit American movie, Home Christmas.
Jungle
Christmas
the
Home.
Jungle.
Jumanji.
Wasn't in Jumanji. That was Robin Williams. I mean, that was Robin Williams. I remember.
Well, exactly. Tim Allen in Jumanji. He played the crocodile, I think.
By
Wore the crocodile
what happened to
costume.
your accent?
The crocodile was about 15 feet long. You think British people would be offended if we released this podcast?
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, James, I don't know about you, but I do feel much smarter than normal.
I'd say that might be because you're no longer wearing glasses, but you're wearing that single monocle there.
Yes, I had laser eye surgery done in just one eye.
My word.
My right eye.
Revolutionary.
Had laser eye surgery. I can only afford it for one eye, and now I wear a monocle on the other one.
Well, I say, truly a British man who can only afford laser eye surgery for one eye and decides to continue with only getting it for the one eye.
Maybe I lied about my arms being too big. I can only afford the torso of a suit instead of the sleeves. I'm like, sir, I can only pay for 2/3 of this suit. And the tailor said to me,
that would be 2/3.
And the tailor said to me, okay, if you can only pay, I mean, he was American, so he's more like, okay, if you can only pay for your torso, then I'm gonna rip off the sleeves, son.
That's very American.
And that's kind of like that's kind of what he said to me. It's really, that was exactly what he said to me.
Very much so, like, hey there, pal. I hear you're trying to buy a suit, as all of us Americans do.
Nice, James. You have a really good American accent.
Thank you. I've been working on that.
You ever consider being a voice actor?
Maybe possibly.
Anyway, James, it's not my
how long
monocle and top hat is not just for show. I actually I got a UNLV a recommendation for like a leadership program. Very few people, like a national honor society.
Golf clap.
Yes.
Clap.
Don't you get?
Yes,
do you get a lot of those too, James?
Well, we don't have to talk about that.
Okay, well, at least that answered my question. Anyway, I got the they're usually scams. I'm not gonna lie, they're usually scams. So I got it, and then I went onto the website because it was sent to me through UNLV, and I thought that it was going to be legit. I got into the website, and then I realized that it wasn't legit. Or that it was legit, but it costed about £90 to get into. More close to about 70 pounds. 70 pounds.
70 pounds. Oh,
yes, $90 USD. So I realized that, and I said to myself, no, I'm not going to pay for that.
You use the term USD.
USD. That is the currency that Americans use. Right?
Yes, I mean, I feel like we could just say the American dollar or just the dollar.
The dollar?
I don't know. Sorry about saying USD makes me feel kind of pretentious, but I am British.
Makes you feel pretentious, James? Have you taken a look in the mirror?
Oh my lord.
Not to mention that your red suit has been stained brown.
It's velvet.
Of course. It's not red. It's magenta.
Wait, it's not red. It's sanguine.
Oh. Anyway, James, you have anything else to talk about?
My brother's car caught fire yesterday.
Why do you sound so old, James? Has that always been the case?
I am an 84-year-old man. Yes.
Do you have to say blah 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 after every sentence you'd speak?
No.
By the way, did you know what that intro I said was?
Yes, it was a re-recording of the hit game GTA 4, where
Five,
Lamar
five,
tells
five.
off
It's
his
five.
friend
GTA 5.
Franklin. I said GTA 5.
No, you said 4.
No, I said GTA 5.
I'm almost certain that I heard 4.
I definitely said 5. Are
All
you
right, then,
trying to
continue.
tussle with me, young fellow? I will box you as a true British man would.
Well, I don't know if you would get out of that alive, my dear friend. Now, just continue on before I bonk your head into your skull.
Like I'm some sort of animated, goofy character
On a podcast where there's
on a podcast.
a piece of feces between us.
I say, should I redraw the feces?
I say it smells awfully like shit in here.
I say it smells quite like shit.
So your brother's car caught on fire.
Yes, my brother's car caught fire yesterday, and he called me to
Was
come help.
Was it hot?
Well, yeah, the car was incinerated completely. It was a giant fireball, and worst of all, it was right in the middle of a gas station. Pa, 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 pa.
Oh, did the gas station also catch on fire, or was it just the car?
A fire truck, a fire engine, as we British call it.
A fire engine, yes.
I mean, a fire engine just happened to be going past them at the moment it caught fire and was able to quickly come back and put the fire out.
How convenient.
As it was on its way to another fire.
It's almost as if your brother has plot armor.
Yes, my brother here is he is one of the main characters.
Uh-huh.
But his car caught fire and I had to come pick him up, and it was in the middle of we don't call it gas stations, though, I don't believe.
I don't know what you call them up there in the north, but I call them pump stations.
Pump and goes.
No, silly. Pump and goes is a different service that I'd rather not speak about on the podcast.
On the shit podcast.
No, not shit. Crap shoot. Thank you.
Should we maybe rename it for something that sounds a bit more British? Like maybe the
No.
Anyways, yes, it was a blazing inferno. I will send you a video of it later.
Are you serious, James? I can't tell.
Yes.
I can't tell because you're speaking in a semi-British accent.
I'm sorry, but this is 100%
Well,
British.
it's the little nuance that you put in your voice where you're like, British. That I can't really tell whether you're British or not.
I don't sound like that. I don't sound like I'm talking like this.
Oh, now it's getting a little worse. You're getting worse, James. You're diverging from.
I'm just talking like a normal man. I'm just saying, it's just me, the guy from. Hey, okay, so bit's over. Hey, it's me, the guy from Oni Plays.
Ding dong.
No, Zach. Wait, no, Zach's the main guy. I don't know. It's the one it's the new one that came in.
I can't tell any of them.
I don't know any of their names.
They all sound the same to me.
Ding dong.
They all have really similar names. They're really similar voices. I can't tell which one is which.
Ding dong and the other guy left, and now it's two new guys. One of them. Wait, no. Fuck. I forgot what I was doing for the voice. Anyways, back to it.
Of course. Continue with your story, James. Does your brother now have a new car, or do they still have to buy one?
Yes.
They still have to buy a new car?
Yes.
Unfortunate.
Yes, it's quite unfortunate. I had come to pick him up. I had loaded his bike, which luckily did not catch fire, but everything else they gave me did. There was also a box full of bullets he had handed me, which are very illegal here in Britain.
Yeah, we do not have we do not have an American Second Amendment. You're correct.
So it was very illegal that he had them. But yes, a box of bullets, which luckily did not go up in flames in his car.
Luckily, they probably would have exploded.
Though there was a sign that his wife had, because she's a musician, and
a musician.
Yes.
Hmm.
And
That's
it had
also
caught fire, but now
unfortunate.
it looks sort of cooler. You know, it's like, hey, this isn't one good thing to come out of this.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I drove them home. That was really the rest of the story. Apparently, people had tried stealing from the car as it was on fire.
People tried looting the on fire the ignited car.
Yes, there was a homeless man that was at the gas station. They were at. They kept asking
What
them
were
for
they
a
trying
cigarette
to loot
after the
from a
car was
burning
lit up
car?
in flame.
What's in a
The
burning
bike in the
car that they
back.
would like? Food? Did your brother keep food in the car?
There was a
Maybe
bike in the
maybe
back
the raw pork that he just bought from the grocery store is now cooked. And
From
the
the
homeless man
grocer?
smelled it from a couple miles away. Sorry, a couple
Yes.
kilometers away.
Clearly. Yeah, sure.
They do have enhanced sensors of smell.
Senses of smell.
Yes.
Enhances senses of smell.
Are you making fun of me, James?
I don't know. I just felt like there were a lot of S's on the word senses. I feel like there was quite a few more than there should have been. Like censuses.
Okay, James, let me repeat myself then. It's you have an enhanced sense of smell. How about that? Well, at least you don't disagree with me on that statement, although you probably should.
Yes.
Well then.
Why should I? It's completely true.
Well, yes, it is true. Anyway, back to my story of my classes. I joined
there's
one of
more,
my
okay.
online classes, and I realized that it was not going to be a good class because number one, you had to have webcams on.
Yes.
And I do not have a webcam hooked up at the moment. I have to get that set up later. But one of the professor, she's a girl. It was theater. My class is theater 100, and she had a cam on, and she told everyone else to turn their cams on, and everyone was then all the girls turned on their cams. Because all the boys are stingy and edgy, and they don't want to show their faces.
Stingy and edgy.
But that's not the worst part. Is that there's a lot of girls. The worst part is that all of the girls, they do not have headphones on nor earbuds, so they have and so one of them forgot to mute, so they're just blasting this. They're blasting the sound of the lecture, so it's echoing horribly the entire hour and 30 minutes that I was in that class.
Dear God, no.
And whenever someone else turned their mic on, another girl, the echo would echo on her end, so it would amplify the torture that was that class. You would think that because it was theater, they would know how to manage the sounds, but I guess not. Have you ever been to a theater, James? A play?
I have been, yes.
Have you ever participated in a play?
Those were the dark days.
So yes.
Yes.
Which play? That's what I thought, James. Sometimes it's bad to lie, James. It's bad to lie.
It's not a lie. I am telling the truth. I did participate in a play. It was a play about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, from my church.
And that was the play that you participated in? The one about Jesus Christ?
The one about Jesus Christ, but it's
our
in the
Lord
modern
and Savior,
day.
Jesus Christ.
Our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, but it's in the modern day, and He is among us.
Like the game?
Oh my God. It's exactly like the game.
I knew it.
My word. But yes, that was the play I was in. I was in it, yes.
I really did not want my theater professor to call on me, because if she did, I would have to say that I'm not very interested in theater. I would have to say,
okay, have a good day outside.
You talking to your family like that, James?
Yes.
Do they know what's happening?
I do not break the bed.
Do they know what's happening, James?
They have no clue.
I'm glad that you're so. I'm glad you're so adamant about sticking to your character.
I do not break character. Just don't listen to our D&D podcast where I constantly break character and forget accents and names.
Although you've broken character a couple times on this very same episode, I think, just earlier.
I have not. I have just stopped smoking my pipe so I can maybe talk like Ringo from the Beatles, maybe.
That sudden change in voice tone is alarming.
I don't know too bad. It's not that alarming, mate. It's pretty easy. It's pretty normal.
You know, I was wondering whether or not people could actually understand you when you were talking with that pipe in your mouth. Because sometimes it's hard to understand you because your enunciation is horrible, James.
My enunciation is perfect. They understand exactly what I'm saying.
Have you ever been to primary school, James?
I have been to primary school. I have been to secondary school. I have been to year 7 and year 8. I have experienced it all.
What is this, Hogwarts? Year 7? Did you go to school through platform 9 3/4?
Oh, fuck you. How dare you mock me?
Get onto the Polar Express.
The Polar Express wasn't even British.
It is now. I feel my muscles atrophying as I talk to you, James.
Is that because you're such a big muscular man?
Yes. It takes a lot of sustenance to maintain this form.
But are you saying you have to go eat right now?
I am saying that I require sustenance, but I can hold on.
I require sustenance.
You watch Thor 1?
Did I watch Thor 1? Yes. Of course I watched Thor 1. Chris bloody Hemsworth was in it.
Hemsworth. The most British sounding name.
I'm pretty sure he's Australian.
Anyway, let us move on.
99% sure he's Australian.
A new gacha game released on the Play Store. Have you seen it?
No, I've not seen a new gacha game on the Play Store.
It's called Princess Connect Redive.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that doesn't sound... What? What is it?
It is the most manly sounding name.
Yeah, sure.
I assure you, in no way is it feminine. It's all right. I like it.
Yes, is it a lot like
I will
maybe...
not be spending any money in the game. I do not spend any money in any free-to-play games. That sounds like a lie. Well, James, I actually don't. It's stupid. Stupid, as they say.
But I do not know if I believe you.
Well, you know what, James? At least I don't spend money on scam-related things on... What was that one site that you like to browse to go for your scuffed items?
Etsy.
Etsy, that's right. Etsy. It just sounds like a scam. It's the sound you make. It's the sound you make when you receive a horrible item of horrible quality. Etsy.
I mean, what did you say? Why did you say it like that?
What do you mean? Etsy?
Etsy.
Yes, that's the sound you make.
You make it sound like it's weirder than it is. It's not.
Well, it is a weird sound. It's a weird word. Where else would you use the word Etsy?
It's not a real word. It's not supposed to sound normal.
No eBay? No.
But why would I use eBay?
You've used eBay before, haven't you?
Yes, and that's why I know not to use eBay. I was a child back then with my parents' money, and I just made mistakes.
Are you getting more and more old and decrepit as the episode goes on?
No.
Yes. Your stage 5 cancer has finally caught up, hasn't it?
The stage 5 lung cancer has finally caught up with it.
They did say, the doctor did say it was terminal at stage 9.
Oh, why did I not listen to the doctor when he told me it was terminal?
Because you're old, James, and old people do not like to listen to doctors.
Yes, I am an old man. I am an old 95-year-old man.
I have made a new discovery, James. I love TikTok.
What did you just say to me?
That was a joke, James. I do not like TikTok. But it's always there to stay. Have you heard that Microsoft tried to buy Nintendo? And then Nintendo did that meme of J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man 3. Was it 3? I think it was one of the Spider-Man movies.
I have no clue. I've never played it.
Where Tobey Maguire comes in and he says, "Hey Doc, can I have a raise?" And Jameson replies with the laughter. He just laughs in his face.
The laugh where he goes,
You're serious?
That's my favorite.
All right. Well.
Anyhow.
Maybe we shouldn't do another crapshoot like this.
I don't know. I think evil us could be good.
What would evil us sound like? Would they sound British too?
I feel like it would just be us, but we make ourselves sound evil, but we're just talking about normal things, but we talk about very evilly.
How would you sound evil, James?
Well, let's say hypothetically, if I was not
evil
British,
sound like?
And evil me, and
I would sound like this, maybe. I'd be very evil.
Evil British.
Evil.
Wait, I'm trying to remember when that one character that always said evil was. What was it? What was his name? The one character was always evil.
I believe that was the grandpa on The Simpsons in the Simpsons movie.
Was it him?
Yes, he was just constantly yelling, "Evil!
Evil!" Fairy godparents.
Oh, you're thinking of Fairy Godparents?
No,
you never
what
said
was his
evil.
name? Professor Crockett? Crockpot? Professor Mr. Crockpot. Whenever he sees a wish happen, he says, "Fairy godparents.
Fairy Godparents.
They're real. I swear."
I want to be a real boy.
I want to be a real boy.
Father, I wish to be a real boy. Father Giuseppe. I think his name was Giuseppe. Giuseppe, I wish to be a real boy.
But then Father Giuseppe said, "No, Pinocchio, you must burn for me as I am dying in the mouth of this
someone
whale."
Help me. He is the literal personification of evil. I'm going to die unless someone comes and burns him alive. Help, dear God.
Dear God,
This
help
is the
me.
worst. This is the worst day of my life. I can't believe this doll that I made to be like a son is turning on me.
Okay, I finally realized what you're
murdering
talking
me.
about. I just realized, yes, that's actually very funny. It's me, Canon. I didn't realize it at first. I was trying to figure it out.
Wait, were you talking about something else?
Well, no, I was talking about the same thing, but I wasn't talking about me, Canon, specifically.
You're talking about Pinocchio, like the
Just
original
Pinocchio in
one.
general. Yeah, it's just Pinocchio in general.
No one has ever talked about the original Pinocchio in 35 years, James.
Well, actually, I was talking about the true history of Pinocchio, where he was killed and burned alive in the stomach
Okay,
of
let's
a whale.
move on. Let's move on.
By Giuseppe himself.
Have you seen Get Out, that movie?
Yes. Where the man has to get out of the evil house. Yes.
That's why I've never watched that movie. Let's move on.
Why did you even bring it up then?
I don't know.
Did you just bring it up specifically to say that you've never watched it?
I brought it up just so you wouldn't continue talking about whatever you were talking about before.
The evilness of Giuseppe as he destroyed Pinocchio
Giuseppe?
and burned him alive. And I think that's
Was
his
he evil?
name.
Was he evil?
Well, I don't know. He kind of broke Pinocchio down and burned him to stay warm in the stomach of the whale.
I wouldn't know since I never watched Pinocchio.
It's not in the movies.
I've not seen Pinocchio.
It's only in the story.
I've not read Pinocchio.
The original story.
I've not read anything. I do not like
I
to
just had
read.
to take a swish of my brandy.
Oh,
I'm
I shall as well.
British.
It's tea. I have tea. Herbal tea.
Yeah, well, fuck your tea.
Hmm.
Those damn Americans dumped our tea into the river, the ocean.
I do find that unacceptable. When they found
You know
some
what
other
else
way.
I find unacceptable about the
When they found
Americans?
some other way. Maybe they could have stolen it at least. Maybe then it would have gone to waste. After all, fish do not drink tea, I don't think.
Yes.
Anyway, let's move on to some dangerous topics.
Oh, yes.
You've seen Batwoman, I believe?
I mean, yes, I've seen the Batwoman, the new season 2.
What do you think of it, James?
I have many thoughts on Batwoman season 2.
I think it's probably the most bold thing that anyone has ever put on film. I haven't seen the episode itself. I've just seen reviews of the episodes, and I have to say that I assume that the reviews are more entertaining than the episode itself.
I just have to personally ask what was bold about it. That they killed the original Batwoman, or maybe she's
as you
not
know,
dead.
James, as Britain is going through a progressive movement through the 21st century, that now they're putting a woman of color, as they say, as Batwoman. What do you think of that, James? With your old mentality.
With my old mentality.
Yes, I know that you don't really appreciate people of different color, as I do.
Dirty, I really feel like
Jaydapper.
Jaydapper. Wait, wasn't this the name of your D&D character?
Jaydapper?
Yes, I'm pretty sure Jaydapper
Yes, it was the name of my
character that
it was the name of my
died.
crusader that perished along with the
Don't
rest
say
of the group.
perished, she was murdered.
Well, when you are murdered, you do perish.
I mean, yes, but like, anyways, Jaydapper.
Yes.
Right, actually, I guess this should be the canonical appearance for Jaydapper, anyways.
Well, I am Jaydapper. Yes. That is my
I really feel like you should be saying
name.
the things in the way you are. I don't have a problem with Batwoman being a woman of color.
Oh, of course you don't.
Don't say
I
it
mean,
like
after all, it takes someone with not a lot of IQ to say that on live television.
I
Live on
think this
air.
isn't live.
Yes.
No, but I really don't care about that. I'm fine with it. It's whatever.
Oh,
But
so you love Batwoman then? Yes.
I'm not saying that, no.
Why not?
I'm fine with the actress they got. I just really wish they had handled the
Oh,
story
that's what they
in a
all say,
very
James. That's what they all say.
different way.
That's what every one of those what do they call them? Misogynists say.
You're really making me sound like a horrible person here. I'm just saying I think the show has bad writing.
How dare you, James? How dare you say that the show is unpopular?
How dare you stand
How
where
dare
he
you
once
say that the
stood?
show is unpopular and it already has terrible reviews? I can't believe it. This Batwoman is my favorite version of Batwoman in every medium that Batwoman was in,
Are
including
you
the
reading
comics.
a review or are you saying that? I can't tell.
I am saying that.
It really sounded like you had reviews pulled up and you were just reading them off.
Let's have some spoilers for Batwoman, since I don't think my audience really cares about spoilers. Anyway.
Spoiler alert.
So I'm going to try and remember what the plot of the first episode was, the first or second episode was.
From when I
And
described it to
you
you,
can
yes.
correct me if I'm wrong. So we start with Ruby Rose, the previous Batwoman, dying, presumably,
But we don't see her.
We don't
That's the
see
thing.
her dying, which means that she
The whole
probably didn't
intro
die.
is really focused on the homeless woman that is sleeping in a van on the beach, as well as
Yes.
Lucius, the son of Lucas Fox, the son of Lucius Fox, aka Morgan Freeman,
So
and
the new
Batwoman's
Batwoman
adoptive
is
sister.
a homeless person living
Yes.
in a van down by the river.
On the beach, right next to the river.
On the beach right next to the river. Sorry. And she sees the plane crash right next to her van. And
Right.
so she walks out, goes over to the plane crash, saves a man. Saves a man.
Who reminds her of her own father, I believe, was what I was getting from it. I can't really remember because I haven't seen it.
That's why she saved him. Okay. So she then walks.
Yes.
She then sees the Batwoman costume.
Well, first she sees the cowl with the red wig.
Oh, the cowl
With a very
first, and then
large
she sees
red
the
wig
costume.
in
She sees the
perfect
costume on the
condition.
ground. She picks it up. It's in perfect condition, and then she
It's
just
laid out like
she
somebody had just laid it
becomes
out before her.
Batwoman.
Right, and that's the thing. She's like finding this, and it cuts back to Lucas Fox and Batwoman's adoptive sister freaking out, like, "Oh, where's Kate Kane? Where's Kate Kane? Where is she?" And like, "Oh, she just took off on a flight." And they're like, "Oh, she's not hearing us because she's in the air." Like, but her flight landed 20 minutes ago.
James,
Well, where
let me
is she?
ask you this
It
real
was
quick.
crashing.
Let me
Oh
ask
my
you
god, it
this
was
real
crashing.
quick.
And then Lucas Fox jumps up from his chair dramatically, staring at the screen, not saying anything as the adoptive sister's asking him, "Lucas, where is she? Where is she? Where is she?" He's just, "Oh, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. You have to look for yourself. I'm not going to say it. You have to look for yourself."
James,
Yes.
is this Batwoman a hero? A superhero?
Super
Is she a
No.
hero?
yeah.
How is she a hero?
I think she takes a bullet for somebody. I'm gonna be
Now, I
honest.
seem to remember one
forgot-
of the fight scenes. So basically, she just becomes Batwoman because she found the suit and it's cool.
She found the suit.
So
Yes.
now she wants to go and fight crime. Then she
Yes.
goes and jumps on these two street thugs who were obviously criminals because they were doing a criminal activity of loitering. So
Yes.
they were in the alleyway. She hops in. Then
They
she
don't
gets,
have the license to be loitering around, so they must
she
be
knows how
arrested
to
by the
fight.
cops.
She knows how to fight previously because I assume that she took karate class when she was 3 years old. So
Clearly.
finally, those karate classes come in handy. I always knew they were good.
Blah, blah, blah.
They're
Here, let me
useful
do
and
my American
practical.
impression.
Wow, those
she
karate
gets-
classes are finally coming in handy.
She gets fired upon with
Yes.
with pistols, but then she says, "Wow, the suit is bulletproof," claiming that what that implies is that she didn't know that the suit was bulletproof. So if the
Yes.
suit was bulletproof wasn't bulletproof, then she would have died.
Yes.
So this new Batwoman, she's not the brightest of bulbs, but she's a
You're-
likable character.
One could
James, would you say that she's a
not the
likable character?
sharpest tool in the shed.
Would you say that she's a likable character, James? I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
I'm still indecisive. It's only been one episode so far.
Is the writing detracting from the character itself, James?
Yes. If you excuse me, I'm going to talk to my American impression real quick.
I really think the writing has been suffering since the first season,
Really
where
good
they
excuse to
really
talk normally. James.
disrespect the characters and their original origins from the comics by making them out to be things that they are not. Like the idea that Kate Kane, Batwoman, doesn't like guns, where in the comics, she has a gun and always uses it.
Right, because she's not Batman.
Right. Because she's not Batman.
She's not Batman.
Right. And
Right. I guess
she was trained in the military and she does use a gun.
She's most. It's funny how the DC Universe Batman likes to use guns, and now the Batwoman in film doesn't like to use guns, but it's swapped in the comics.
Well, actually, in the comics, Batman does use guns quite often.
Continue with your thoughts, James.
My thoughts on Batman using guns. Yes, it's a common misconception that Batman does not use
No,
guns.
I meant
Use guns.
Batwoman.
Not that he kills. It's a very weird idea.
James, do you ever think that the dislikes that you get are from people thinking that you ramble on too long? I seem to have forgotten my native tongue because I've been talking like this for so long.
I say you dare forget how you natively speak because you talk like a British man.
Well, I have to say, James, that you don't talk like a British man.
I talk just like a British man.
You talk like a man who's pretending to be a really elderly British man. And I'm almost sure that elderly British men do not talk like that. They do not talk like that, James.
How do they talk then, James?
No one talks like that, James. What are you, a New Zealander?
Well, Jaydapper, you tell me how they talk.
You talk like me. Normally.
You are talking in an American accent you have this entire time. God damn it.
I don't think so. I think I've been talking in a British accent. That's how we Brits pronounce it. Accent.
You have been speaking in an American accent this entire time and you've been putting weird noises to it.
I'm pretty sure you just described yourself, James. As if you cannot talk in a British accent, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I could talk in a British accent. I
can talk in a British accent if I want. You don't get to tell me what to do."
I don't know if that's quite a British accent either.
It's more British than you.
True.
You know what? This podcast is over.
It's only been 40 minutes, though.
It's only been 2 minutes.
James.
Yes.
I don't like my classes, James. Should I drop out of them?
But no.
Well, of course not. I don't have to do any homework for my math class. That's weird. I've had to do homework for every single math class I've taken in my entire life, and now I don't.
You're saying for every math class you ever taken in your entire life, you've had to do homework. Well, not this one.
I've just... I know this is kind of off topic, but I just watched the Mandalorian finale without watching...
Season 1 or Season 2?
Because Season 2. I do not... I haven't watched The Mandalorian, and I've seen a clip of the Mandalorian finale. I have to say, they kind of did what everyone else was telling Zack Snyder to do in Batman, was it Justice League? Just
here's the thing.
Deepfaking the face over.
That wasn't Zack Snyder, though.
Right. It was, what was his name?
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
Yes.
Yes.
See, Zack Snyder had already filmed all the scenes with Henry Cavill without a mustache, but then months later, when Henry Cavill had grown his mustache for Mission Impossible, Joss Whedon stepped in and reshot all these scenes exactly, and then weirdly digitally made his face.
It was pretty good. It was a pretty good effect for just a show. People seem to forget sometimes that The Mandalorian is just a show, not a TV or not a movie, because of how good the effects are. But it's very, very respectable. I like it.
Yes, I still think maybe hiring Sebastian Stan would have been a much better idea.
The Winter Soldier?
But I understand why they did what they did. Yes.
Winter Soldier, huh? My favorite superhero in the Marvel Universe.
My favorite superhero in the Marvel Universe that has a shrinking arm and one that doesn't make sense.
No, the arm is now proportional.
The arm is now proportional.
It is now proportional.
Now.
I seem to have lost a little bit of, vibranium that they used to.
A lot of juicing on your vibranium, I see.
Yes. Anyway. Any other news, James? Any other news? News? America has a new president, doesn't it, James?
What was it?
America has a new president, doesn't it, James?
Yes, that Joseph F. Biden man.
Yes, the Biden man.
The Biden man, yes.
Biden is one of the new presidents, and it's pretty hot off the topic since they just got done storming the parliamentary building.
Parliamentary building. I'm pretty sure we don't call it parliamentary building.
Yes, what we call it was it parliament? Parliament?
Parliament.
Yes.
Parliamentary.
The
Parliamentary, dear
building.
Watson.
Parliamentary. Do you have any other accents we can do for other podcasts?
I can maybe do an Irish accent.
Oh wait, I have an idea. How about we do an American accent for the next episode?
What? You're saying that
We should use our American accents.
Yes, our American
podcast.
accents.
Our American accents.
Now we can Americanize everything.
Maybe we should literally do these voices
Well, I
in
mean,
this
you
exact
can
way
do one.
for a whole episode.
I mean, you can do it right now, starting from right now.
starting from right now, you want me
Me to speak like this as if I'm some sort of American for how many more minutes?
Yes.
I think I shall return to being what I am. This is who I am, what I am. Yes.
You know, James, do you like playing Apex, James?
Yes.
Be honest with me.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because while I was in editing bay,
Well, I'm aware of what you're
Looking
about to say, and I'm telling you yes.
well, I'm going to say it anyway. But I was in the editing bay, and I was reviewing the footage that we made, and it was very entertaining to me because while I was editing it, the entire time you were noticeably frustrated and noticeably irritated
being noticeably frustrated? No.
about getting shot, which is understandable. Have a nice day.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Oh, is that what older British people do?
No, this is just because I'm smoking on my pipe. So every time you hear me make the noise, it's because I'm taking puffs off my pipe. It's just a. Yes, now you understand why I make that noise. Papa.
Ah, I see.
Yes, Papa.
It's probably because I'm just uneducated. The viewers probably knew exactly what that noise was, and
The US knew
It was just me that was
exactly what
confused,
that
I'm
noise was.
sorry.
Yes, Papa.
you know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. Everyone knows
yes.
what they're doing,
Yes,
except us
yes,
and them.
yes,
James,
yes.
you have anything else to talk about?
No, Papa. Except for shrunken arm syndrome, which the Winter Soldier appears to be suffering from in this picture I've just sent you.
Oh, do you mean normal arm syndrome?
I'm talking about
The one that
how the
everyone
bottom
has.
one was him in the Winter Soldier, and the top one is him in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh,
And his
I
arm
see no
has
difference.
clearly
I
shrunken.
see no difference.
If you see no difference, then you are blind, because that is clearly a smaller arm.
Let me ask you this, James, because I've always been confused about it. I've always been wondering if a robot, like a really genius AI, self-conscious AI, uses the Infinity Stones, would it die? Would it
Well, it's really a
break
matter
down?
of physical strength as
would
well
it
as
would it be
mental
able to
strength.
use it?
Again, it's a matter. Are we talking about movie Infinity Stones or comic book Infinity Stones? Because
Well, movie, since I haven't read the comics.
okay, well then yes, with the movie Infinity Stones, it would only matter sort of mental blockage of it. Like, can they mentally be strong enough?
How self-aware does the AI need to be? Does it just need to have a command, or does it need to have thoughts in order to use it? It needs to have thoughts.
I would say a
full-blown
self-conscious
thoughts?
AI that has created independence for
So
itself.
let's say Ultron uses it.
No,
can
it
he
would
use
destroy
it?
Ultron. He's not mentally strong enough. Ultron has the mentality of a child, and that's not even joking. That is legitimately what it is. Him in comic
it is
and movies
true.
is the mentality of a child.
Yes.
It's why he lashes out at the Avengers and tries to kill them all.
And also tried to kill the entire world.
I mean, yes.
That works too.
Because he's terrified. He's just a scared child.
Sounds a little bit like a. Sorry, I was scrolling through my YouTube feed and I saw the video Bully Maguire kills the Winter Soldier.
Oh my God.
It's the fight scene between Cap and Bucky in the second Captain America movie.
Yes, Winter Soldier. Yes.
Winter Soldier, yeah.
Yes.
Really fun.
Who the hell is Bucky? Great scene.
It's a horrible scene.
It's the best movie in the MCU.
I'm not going to lie, James. I thought the Captain America movies were kind of boring.
That's understandable and completely reasonable.
Yes, as someone who likes the thrill of fighting and the large explosive scenes, I didn't find those movies too enjoyable.
Despite there was fighting and large
However,
explosives.
The Last Jedi, let me tell you, sir.
I see what you're trying to do, and it's not going to work.
Yeah, I see. I have to mention, in order to get you emotionally unstable, I have to mention Batman.
No,
maybe
I'm
say that
perfectly
Batman v
fine.
Superman was the worst superhero movie to ever exist.
You can
Worst
try.
thing.
I will be perfectly fine.
So let's talk about that then.
Jesus fucking Christ! I've just seen the worst thing in my entire life.
What?
A realistic drawing of Toad.
Ah, he's drawn as a fungus or the
Yes.
real. I can't picture what that looks like, and I don't want to picture what it looks like. So don't
Well,
send
too
me a
bad,
picture of what
motherfucker.
it
You're about
looks
to
like.
see it.
Nope, I'm not opening that anymore. Let's move on.
Witness it.
I will not be a witness.
Witness it.
No.
Witness
Never.
it. Look at it. Look into its eyes. See what
If I were to play Halo, would I have to
Look at
buy the entire collection, or can I just buy the one game?
It would depend what game we plan on playing. We could play a very specific Halo game, or we could
So
play
Halo 5 then.
Why the fuck would you say Halo 5 out of all the choices you had?
Because that's probably the Halo game that I've played the most out of all the Halo games.
Then we shall not play that one.
I have played Halo Reach before, because I seem to remember my friend buying me the Game Pass for about 1 month, and I downloaded Halo because he said to me we should play Halo. So I played Halo Reach, and I thought it was super clunky and very unfun to play.
Well, that's why you made that comment in my
Yes.
stream.
That's very
I understand now.
what should I say? Doesn't the control seem a bit floaty? Like when you jump around, it takes a while to land, and just the guns don't seem as if they have any impact behind them. Like when you shoot someone.
You know, JD, you're saying this yet. I cannot tell you enough. That is not the case for Halo Reach, but it is the case for Halo 3. In Halo 3, you go flying through the air forever. The guns, they do not reach anything as they have no reach, and they take the least
Because it's
amount
not
of damage
Halo
they
Reach.
can. Halo 3, my good sir, is the problem.
You see, James, but the thing is, I have played the other Halo games as well, just a little bit when I was at my friend's house.
Told me you
And I have to say, I have to lay down the law to you, James. They all feel the same.
You are a liar.
They all feel the same,
Liar.
James. I did hop into your stream though. Did I? Well, actually, I probably should mention that at the very end of this episode, because that's when people watch it. That James
Yeah.
James now has a Twitch streaming.
I Twitch stream
He
now,
Twitch streams now. He has
where
a
I
Twitch
will
streaming
sound very
profile.
much different than what I sound here.
No, you sound exactly the same. What are you talking about?
I guess I'm gonna have to start streaming like this from now on.
Yes. So if you want to catch James on the upside, then you can hop into the description. There's a link to his Twitch. Yes, I don't watch Twitch that much, but when I do, it's James, no last name.
James, no, I'm pretty sure it's just no last name.
Oh, there's no James?
Yes, there's no James on my Twitch. It's just no last name. But the
Well,
James
then
is
I guess it's just
implied.
no last name and no first name. Either one.
It's no nothing.
It's nothing. No name.
No name.
So yes. When you were streaming, when I was hopping into your stream, I when I joined after my class, the first thing I saw was you driving a truck full of Spartans to the death. Is what I saw.
I'm really trying to remember what you're talking about.
You were driving a truck, and then you were trying to get these people, your teammates, to jump into your truck.
Yes, it was Halo Reach. It was Halo Reach, and those motherfuckers would not get in the fucking car.
Like there's a road to your left, and you decided to go right off road, and then you flipped the car. They all fell out, and then you took about 2 minutes to try and get them all back in. Then you drive through the front entrance of the place that you're trying to infiltrate, and then a grenade, an explosion happens, and everyone in your car dies except you. And I couldn't help but I couldn't help but think at the time that the real enemy was not the people that they were shooting at, but in fact was an enemy within.
I am the true enemy of the game.
Yes.
You've discovered the hidden lore of Halo Reach.
What you do now, what you do from now on, will change the course of history itself.
What is this, Assassin's Creed?
Except that isn't in Assassin's Creed you can't change the history.
I don't know. I feel like that's a line in Assassin's Creed or something, though. I feel like that would have that sort of line.
I thought the Animus was just a vessel to go back in time and live through the memories of your ancestors, but not actually change the past. It's not a time travel machine.
I really feel like they changed the past, though. You know.
It's not a time.
There's something about it just feels like they're not really watching the past. It really feels like they're more like literally being there and doing everything.
I'm sorry, James. Have you watched the Assassin's Creed movie?
I have.
Well, I haven't actually, so I guess what you say is correct.
Why the fuck do you keep asking me if I've seen things if you haven't?
Why can't I ask them?
It really feels
does not
like
watching them does not give me the privilege to ask if you've watched them.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No.
Well, the Animus is not a time travel machine, as far as I know.
But in the Assassin's Creed movie, they do use it to go to somewhere that is not a memory.
Is it the same Assassin's Creed movie that has horrible reviews?
There's only one, so maybe. Michael Fassbender is in it.
Yes, how the British pronounce Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender. Oh yeah, but I just love catching some of that Michael Fassbender.
Probably my favorite Magneto.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Who was the other Magneto? Was it
Ian McKellen?
Ah, yes, Ian McKellen.
I mean Ian McKellen.
McKellen.
It's me,
isn't
Ian
that how the
McKellen.
Americans pronounce it? McClellan.
It's me, Ian McKellen.
It's
I
me,
was Magneto.
Melanie McClellan.
Magneto.
I'm auditioning for the role of Magneto.
Of Magneto.
What if future Magneto was oh crap, I forgot his name. The really short midget dude instead of Ian McKellen.
The Trask guy, Peter Dinklage?
No, the one that was in Dumbo.
Danny DeVito?
Yes, Danny DeVito.
I was wondering who you were talking about.
The man looks like a tomato.
Danny DeVito. The
Danny
man looks
DeVito, the same
like
tomato.
a tomato.
That's how Americans say it so weird. Tomato. When it
Tomato.
should be pronounced tomato.
Tomato. It should be the tomato, right? Yeah.
What was that?
Well, I'm just trying to put a tomato, mate, isn't in it?
Ah, yes. I've seen you play a Halo, and I thought you were playing on a harder difficulty than you said you were playing on. Because
I
it
was
seemed to
playing on
me
normal.
it seemed to me you were struggling a little bit, but then when I asked you and you said normal, I thought to myself, he's a bloody game journalist, isn't he?
I really feel like
journalist.
that's a bit unfair.
Why?
I wouldn't say I was really struggling though.
I've seen you die countless times on normal difficulty. You got blown up by nades or exploded by those enemies? Hunters? Hunters? James, are you alright? Do you record VODs, James? Are there VODs on your over your streams?
Should I record VODs? I feel like I should actually.
I don't know.
I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm going to use
I
this
thought it was an automatic thing.
YouTubes that
Was
my
it not an
grandson
automatic thing?
tells me about.
You have to enable VODs on your channel. It's not an automatic thing.
How do I do that?
I don't know. I'm asking you, James. I'm not a Twitch streamer.
I'm not a Twitch streamer either.
I'm pretty sure you are. You are now.
Oh no, I'm slowly
Get that gold
morphing.
star. Get the gold star.
I'm slowly morphing into a normal man.
You're
Hi,
trying
I'm
to say that British people are not
Hi,
normal
I'm
men.
Twitch streamer guy.
You do. I'll give it to you, James. You do sound like the most generic Twitch streamer.
I was gonna.
Hi
Yes,
there.
because-
My name is Stan. I'm Twitch streaming.
That sounds like the cow from the ADSF movie.
I am man. Thank you.
Yes, hello, I am man, thank you.
Skateboards, yes.
Hey, babe, it is me, real man, human.
The cow is so entertaining. How can you make a cow funny? You make it sound like an American.
Hi, babe, yes, it is I, American.
Hi, babe. Yes, I got you. Would you like to go skateboards?
Skateboards. I really feel like I am the worst person to be streaming, though, as I have no personality when I'm alone.
Yes, it does. I've found it that it's really hard to talk about anything when you don't have anyone to bounce it off of.
Yeah, I was like, this is a bit hard. Maybe if I could get JD to join me.
I saw. Maybe I'll just hop into a call and just roast you as like when Lamar roasts Franklin in GTA 5. Just talk about your haircut.
GTA 5.
Just talk about your haircut the entire stream. No, when I hopped into your stream and the title was let's just talk about stuff, but it was just silence.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that nobody else was there, so it's like, I really have no one to talk to, though.
See, this thing. Let me give you a tip, James. When you're streaming, and even if there's no one there, just pretend as if there is someone there and keep talking.
I have to come up with topics, so that means...
Yes, you do have to come up with topics. It's not that hard. Just be British.
Just be British.
Just be British. And then you have a lot of topics to talk about. Like what did we talk about? Tea? Crumpets? Tea and crumpets? Maybe some
I don't know.
cricket?
These streamers I really like, I watch them and everything, but the problem is that they're really funny because there's 3 of them and they all are just constantly making jokes with each other.
What's wrong, James? You seem to have lost your touch.
Did I have touch before?
Yes, you did have touch. You sounded like the elderly British man.
Well, no, I'm streamer man now. Now I talk like streamers do.
That's a good excuse, James. I'll give you that. Touche.
I feel myself.
Pie was back in the mouth, huh?
I was just refilling my tobacco pipe.
Disgusting. Do you spit out tobacco like all those people who actually do tobacco do?
No, because
a little
it's
like
usually
a little
like
like brown
tobacco
spit
chips
wad.
that they're spitting out.
You spit into what do they call it? Spittoons.
Spitting.
Spittoon. Like a M1 Garand ping.
I really love watching the videos of people trying to load M1 grants because it's just you really see how much a person struggles with something when you watch them because they're just like they can't. They just
Probably
can't
because
get
that
it in.
technology is how many years old now?
Yes.
Not quite efficient back then.
One would say probably about.
One would say it's inefficient.
Let's see. It was 1940, right? Yes.
Yes.
So yes.
When the Second Great War was happening.
The Second Great War.
The war to end all great wars.
But what are you, Steve Trevor from Wonder Woman?
Was that? No, I'm Steve Trevor from the second Wonder Woman movie. Hello.
Yes.
I am different man, but I am same man. Skateboards, nice.
Hello, I am human.
I am human. Pop-Tarts, delicious, yum.
Pop-Tart. Me never had, but me really like.
But you have to wonder, does Steve Trevor like the Pop-Tarts because Steve has never had it and it's enjoyable, or does the man that he has inhabited the body of like it, and that just makes Steve like it?
The question of the century.
It is.
What would you say, James?
I would say it would be the appetite of the man that he has met. Become.
See, James, I would agree with you, but that man doesn't look like a man who would enjoy Pop-Tarts. His stature, his physique, seems as though he wouldn't enjoy really sugary treats, such as
You say
Pop-Tarts.
that, yet he has the Pop-Tarts within his home.
How do you know
as
they
well
didn't
as
just go and
other
buy any
things.
Pop-Tarts?
What was
You know,
that?
it wasn't Wonder Woman's Pop-Tarts.
I
Maybe
genuinely
I
didn't hear what you said.
should not say that. Wonder
No, I
Woman's
genuinely did
Pop-Tarts?
not hear what you said. You keep cutting out for me.
Wonder Woman's Pop-Tarts. That's what I said.
They're Wonder Woman's Pop-Tarts, but they're in his apartment.
You know who else is in his apartment? Wonder Woman.
That doesn't make it Wonder Woman. She doesn't carry a box of Pop-Tarts on her.
I said they went and bought Pop-Tarts. They could have cut that scene. Do you think?
Sure.
Do you think they would have
Then
filmed? Do you think they would have filmed the scene where they went grocery shopping for Pop-Tarts?
Wouldn't that mean it was the man's appetite that he would not enjoy the Pop-Tarts when eating them?
Thank you all so much for watching the podcast. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and hopefully we haven't offended anyone who is British.
We have
although we
offended
probably have.
everyone, even the audience members that are not British.
The Crap Shoot episodes come out every Sunday.
Every
Subscribe,
Sunday.
and you catch up. Also, we're not British.
Yes, we are. In next episode, we'll be doing
Our American accents.
Our
the
American
entire
accents
time.
the entire time.
Our American
Hey
accents.
James, how is your credit score looking?
Wow, JD, my credit score is pretty high. Whoa.
Bye.
Bye.
I mean, bye.
Bye.